So this final payment is for $3,389.42. And we're gonna go ahead and submit it right now. I just paid off my private loan. Ugh. What's good, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about how I was able to pay off my entire private loan of $22,000 in the past year. If you guys are new here, welcome to my channel. I graduated from college back in December of 2019 with $50,000 worth of student loan debt.
I'm gonna be 100% real with you guys. This sucks. Like, it sucks knowing that you owe so much money that you, even though you're making money, you have a literal negative net worth.
And about half of that debt was owed to a private lender. So I made it a goal in March of 2020 to pay off as much of my student loan debt as I could. And more specifically, I made it a goal in 2020 to pay off my entire private loan by the end of the year. And the reason why I chose to pay off my private loan first is because obviously it has a higher interest rate, but also with COVID, the government stopped requiring loan payments and they stopped accruing interest on student loans. But I'm about to make my final payment on my private loan today with you guys in this video. And I'm also gonna be sharing in this video my tips for budgeting, making more money, and just overall my tips for paying off debt. So if you guys are in your debt-free journey as well, I think this video will be very, very helpful for you. So first things first, we're gonna be talking a little bit about budgeting because as y'all know, the way that I was spending money in the past year has been such a huge obstacle for me in paying off my student loan debt. And I definitely do believe that I could have paid off this private loan a lot quicker if I had budgeted my money better in 2020. If you guys are new to my channel, I actually have a job with Amazon, so I do marketing for them. And I started in February of 2020. So I started with a really good salary coming out of college. And I definitely will say that that is the reason why I have been able to pay off so much of my debt in the past year. And at the end of the day, no matter what you do, no matter how much you budget, no matter how strategic you are with your student loan debt payments, if you're not making a lot of money, it's gonna be hard to pay off a lot of debt, right? So I definitely will say I'm very, very grateful to be in the position that I'm in. And I recognize that obviously not everyone is in the same position at all, especially in the past year with COVID, things have been super, super hard. And if you're not in a position yet where you're making a whole lot of money and you can comfortably pay off a lot of debt at once, budgeting still is a really important part of paying off debt. And I have a whole video on my channel where I go into detail on how I make my budget and things like that. But basically having a place where I could see how much money I was making and tracking that every month, and then also tracking my expenses every single month, and then seeing what that difference was so, so helpful. Just because for me, the approach that I took when paying off my student loan debt was basically any money that I had left over every single month, I would put towards my debt. So I was really able to see with my budget how much money that was and how much I should really be expecting. And also another approach that really helped me was I would make my budget at the beginning of every single month, and I would basically just transfer the amount of money that I plan to spend into my card, and that would be basically my limit for that entire month. And then that way the amount of money that I had as a difference would be set for that month. And I could kind of ballpark based on what my income was, based on what my different side hustles were, which I'll get into a little bit later. Based on that number, I could really kind of determine how much I'd be able to pay towards my student loan debt in that month. So I definitely recommend, if you guys are trying to pay off debt, just keep a budget, try to be consistent with it. If you guys want to check out all my other student loan debt updates, you guys can see what that progress and that journey was like for me. Because I just had some months where I would spend way too much. I'd have some months where I did really, really well, but it was a very up and down year for me. And another tip that I will say is really, really helpful for me when it came to saving money was really kind of figure out why you want to be debt free. Obviously we all want to be debt free, but really keep your goal. Maybe your goal is a brand new car, you really want the nicest, newest car. Then have that goal on a vision board or on your computer, on your phone or something, so you can constantly be reminded okay, once I pay off X amount of debt, then I will go buy myself this. So that way you're not just buying yourself things willy-nilly without having any discipline. Really force yourself to pay off a certain amount in order to get something that you want. Because even again, if you're making a lot of money or you have a good, comfortable income, it's really easy just to feel like, oh, well, I can spend this and anything that I have left over can go towards my debt. When in reality, like you really want to do it the other way around. Like you really want to put money towards your debt first and then reward yourself with the item. So that's one thing that really, really helped me. Again, I had some months where I did not follow that like advice at all. Like I definitely just went and spent money and then I just threw whatever else I could into my debt. But the months where I actually followed that kind of like advice, I actually did a lot better and I paid a lot of money towards my student loan debt. That being said, let's kind of get into income and how you can build up your income and make more money to be able to pay off student loan debt. Because at the end of the day, again, no matter how much budgeting you do, no matter how strategic you are, if you're not making a good amount of money, it's gonna be hard to pay off your student loan debt. So as far as income goes, the one thing again that has really helped me is of course my job. But on top of that, like you guys know, if you guys watch my channel, having side hustles has always been super important to me. Like from when I was in college to even now, having side hustles is really how I'm able to pay off my student loan debt even quicker than I would have been able to with just my salary. So the first one obviously is social media. You guys know I do YouTube, I do TikTok, and I do Instagram, and a lot of money that I have had flow in, like a lot of extra money that I've had flow in has come from social media. So ads, sponsorships, affiliate links, things like that. I've had a lot of money that I've made on the side from social media, and that's just been super helpful for me. Another thing also is obviously real estate. If you guys have watched my channel for a while, you guys also know I used to do real estate, but I also still continue to get paid from different commissions throughout 2020. So that was really helpful for me as well. And then on top of that, I've also had a bunch of other different side hustles. Like I've invested money, I've done little gigs here and there. I have a whole video on my different streams of income if you guys want to see me talk about that in more detail. But all of that to say, having varied streams of income and focusing in on just a few side hustles you can really scale up and grow is going to help you so much when paying off debt. And the one thing that I learned in the past year is that when you have side hustles, you may have some months where you make like 10K a month, and you may have some months where you just make your base salary, and that's fine. For me, I made it a goal, and I think I wanna say like May of 2020 to pay off $3,400 a month towards my student loan debt. But in reality, because side hustle money for me is very inconsistent, there's gonna be some months, again, where I'm able to make that goal of paying $3,400 towards my student loan debt. And then there's gonna be some months where I'm nowhere even close to that goal. So definitely just keep that in mind. Like having varied streams of income is very important. And I definitely just recommend as soon as you get any extra check, especially if it's something that you're not expecting, like a stimulus check, throw it straight into your student loan debt. Don't even think about it. Just throw it in there, because at the end of the day, the best thing that you could be putting your money towards is getting yourself out of debt, because you're increasing your net worth immediately by putting money into your debt, right? That being said though, when it comes to federal loans, most people's loans are frozen right now. So there's no interest accruing, there's no penalty for not paying right now. So I do definitely recommend, if you guys want, like in 2021, a really good idea might be to not worry so much about throwing all of your money into student loan debt. And maybe you want to use any extra money that you get from side hustles to put into investments. That's one thing that I'm definitely gonna start doing this year. But I don't know, to each their own. Everyone has a very different philosophy and way of paying off student loan debt. This is honestly just what has worked for me. Again, I have not had a perfect journey in the past year. I've definitely not been as consistent with paying off my debt as I would have liked to have been. It's hard to be disciplined. It's hard to want to pay off debt, because it's like, what the fuck? To me, I'm like, what the fuck even is debt? Like, why do we owe this? Like, we're on a like spinning ball in the middle of space. Like, this shit is not even, like, money is not even real. Anyways, let's go ahead and pay off this loan, you guys. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, let's go ahead and just do it. So this final payment is for $3,389.42. And we're gonna go ahead and submit it right now. I just submitted it, you guys. I just paid off my private loan. It feels so good. Like, again, I'm not debt free yet, but I just feel one step closer, and it feels so good. And I just have to say, thank you guys so much for the support. I would not have been able to do this. I wouldn't have been encouraged to do this and to go as hard at this if it wasn't for you guys' support. And I just appreciate every single one of you who have commented, who have liked, who have just said kind words and been encouraging, who have DM'd me, All of you guys are so, so amazing. And I just appreciate you guys so much. And it also makes me realize like that I'm not alone and we're all dealing with this bullshit, which again, is not even real. But we're all dealing with this bullshit together. And because of that, I really wanted to do something to give back to you guys and to say thank you for all of your support. So I'm gonna be doing a giveaway where I Venmo 2 people $100 each. And all you have to do to enter the giveaway is comment down below, what do you want to do when you are debt free? Like, what is the first thing that you're gonna do when you're debt free? Are you gonna buy yourself a cake? Are you gonna buy yourself a car? Let me know in the comments down below because I'm definitely very curious. You guys know I'm about to buy myself a car right now. No, not right now, but I'm gonna buy myself a car in the next few months. Even though I'm not debt free, it's gonna be my little milestone gift to myself. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys plan to do when you are debt free. And I'm gonna be picking a lucky winner exactly 1 week from today. So on March 7th. This is going to be probably the last student loan update video for a while now because as you guys know, I am taking a break from paying off my student loan debt because of the freeze. So let me know in the comments down below if you guys want to keep seeing like budgeting videos from me because I can definitely keep doing that. And of course, if you guys are new here, make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel. I post fashion and lifestyle content every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday now, and I would love for you guys to join the family. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.